Hello and welcome to the educational video, Know Your Stage Directions. By the end of this video, you should have a good understanding of the different areas of the stage and how to stand when you get there. Stage directions are a common language between actors, directors, designers, and the technical crew. These terms are used all over the world and at all levels of theater, from community theater, educational theater, all the way up to Broadway. They allow all the different people who work on a production to communicate effectively and always know what the other person is talking about. If someone is asked to go to a certain place on stage, or to put a chair in a certain place of the stage, or to focus lights, everyone knows exactly what they're talking about. The first and most important thing to understand is when we begin to describe the areas of the stage, we're talking from the actor's viewpoint. You see in this picture here the view of an audience from the stage. The actor will determine which side of the stage we're talking about. At times, if you have a director out in the audience and they're communicating with actors, or designers are talking from the light or the sound booth, they can be using the term to the right or to the left, but who's left and who's right are they talking about? An actor's right and a director's right won't look the same. That's why we need stage directions and why we always go from the actor's point of view. So that means that to the left of the actor is stage left. That means then also that to the right of the actor is stage right. Now, the forward and backward movement closer and further from the audience has a slightly different terminology, and it's from a historical basis. There was a time when the theaters were set up such that the house where the audience sat was flat, and therefore the stage, in order for everyone to be able to see the actors, had to itself be raked. So therefore, if an actor, in this case our little Roman soldier, was away from the audience, back towards the back of the stage, they were known as being upstage. The opposite is true then. If the actor comes down closer to the audience, they are coming literally down the stage, and thus the terms upstage and downstage. Now in contemporary theater, we've gone back to the way that ancient Roman and Greek theaters were built, where the audience itself is raked and the stage is flat, but we've retained this terminology. Here you see a basic drawing that shows you the audience on top and the back wall down on the bottom. So you can see in the upper left-hand corner, we would call that downstage left. As we move around in a clockwise fashion, you have downstage center, downstage right, center stage right, upstage right, so on and so forth, all anchored in the middle by the center stage. This is a basic 9-location breakdown, but the stage can be broken down into many more variations. The 9, the 17, 21, and so on and so forth, depending on how exacting you wish to be. We also talk about how our body is positioned when we're in a location. In this case, the diagram is flipped around, and the downstage area is now at the bottom of the picture, and the upstage area is at the top. If you look at the feet planted at 6 o'clock, you'll see the toes front facing what we call full front towards the audience. As we move around the clock, clockwise again, we have 1/4 right. Right profile, or profile right, the actor is facing directly off stage right. We move around 3/4 right. Full back means just what it sounds like, which is the audience sees the actor's full back. We then have 3/4 left and profile left, or left profile, where the actor is facing stage left. Now, that gets confusing because in this case, with profile left and profile right, on profile right, the actor is facing stage right, but you actually see their left profile. And the inverse is true. Profile left, the actor is facing left, but we see their right profile. Again, it all depends on the actor's point of view. Here's a basic stage blocking practice. You can see in the sample directions that they use shorthand like DR, which stands for down right, UC, up center, so on and so forth. And starting at number 2, they use the letter X, which we use to mean cross. So these directions might be written down in a stage manager's book, a director's book, or would be transferred into actor's notes, so they always know where to go. In this case, it also includes how to stand. So the actor starts downstage right in a 1/4 position left, meaning they're in the down right corner but facing the center of the audience. They then cross up center, stand in a full front position, which means they are fully facing the audience. 3, they cross up right, 4 center, 5 down left, and they end in spot 6, which is up left, standing again, full front position facing the audience. These are nice basic ways to practice to make sure that you're understanding your stage blocking. Now, you always want to know where you're headed and what to do when you get there. But if you've paid attention during this video, you should know your stage directions.